Okay, welcome back. So just to remind you that over in the side margin here, I also have the instructions on creating a perpendicular bisector. So as you practice and try creating perpendicular bisectors, you'll want to make sure that you refer to your instructions and also to this video. Last thing is bisecting an angle. But before we bisect an angle, I want to be able to duplicate it. So let me show you how we'll do that. So here I have an angle that I want to duplicate. So there's my vertex. My angle always has a vertex. That's where the two rays meet. So this is a ray and this is a ray. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and create a line that I'm going to put my angle on. So I'm going to go ahead and create this line right here. And then I'm going to take my compass. Oh, I'll actually also, after I create my line, I'll go ahead and place where I want my vertex to be. So I'm going to put my vertex right there. So we'll call this A, and we'll call this A prime. Okay? So now I'm going to take my compass, and I'm going to put my compass on A, and just gonna make an arc across A. So notice that I've made my compass smaller than my rays, okay? And then I'm just gonna make a little arc like this. All right? I'm gonna do the same thing, keeping that same measurement of that radius on my A prime. I'm gonna make a similar arc. Okay? Now, I just need to find this point. Oops, let me do this. Notice that I have these intersections that have points. So I'll call this B and this C. Okay? And I've already created my point B right here. So I'll go ahead and call that B. And I just have to create my C, and I know that it's going to be somewhere on this arc, but the question is where on the arc. So now I'm going to use my compass again, and this time I'm going to put my point on B, and I'm going to make my compass be, I'm going to move my pencil so that it's on C. So now I've just made a new little measurement. And I'm going to bring it over here. And I'm going to put my compass right there on B prime. And I'm keeping this measurement the same. And I'm going to make a little arc. Ooh, that wasn't smart of me. Let me go back. Put this on C. Move this to B, and I'll make my arc right there, move my compass out of the way, and that's, I've just recreated point C, and I just now need to connect A to C, and I've duplicated my angle. See that? All right. So now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to duplicate this angle over here somewhere or down here in your key ideas, but duplicate that angle for me. And then once you have it duplicated, we'll talk about bisecting it. All right, let's go ahead and bisect an angle. First of all, let me create an angle here. And what I want to do is I want to divide this angle, oops, in half. I want to have a line segment or a ray, actually a ray that starts at the vertex. We'll say this is vertex A. I want it to go, start at the point A, and I want it to evenly divide this space right here. I want to evenly divide it into half. Okay? So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my compass, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did with duplicating the angle. I'm going to create an arc across this angle. So I'm going to take this angle, I'm going to take my compass, put my point on point A, I'm going to bring this out a little bit, and I'm just going to create an arc that crosses my angle, creating 2 points. So I have B and C. Okay? Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to take my compass again, and I'm going to put my compass on B, put my pinpoint on B, and I can use this exact same measurement of my radius, or I can make it smaller, either way, but I'm going to make a circle that goes this way, okay? And we're going to make a little arc out here in this open area. So I'm going to decide on this length right here, and I'm going to go ahead and make a little arc like that. I'm going to take that same measurement. I'm going to take my point and this time put it on C. And I'm going to make another arc. And you can see I've just made an intersecting line, or 2 intersecting arcs at this point right here. For some reason, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. So you can see this point right here. Just seems to want to. Now, I'm going to connect my points. Let me call this point D right here. Okay, and I'm going to connect my points with my straight edge. I'm going to line up A and D. Go right through point D. I didn't do a very good job of starting at A, but you get the idea. And I've just created a ray that's divided, and this angle should be the same size as that angle. All right, now it's your turn. So go ahead, and you've created your new angle. Here's the instructions. You're going to place your compass on the vertex. You're going to create an arc. You're going to take this point, and you're going to measure out a little radius, and you're going to make an arc here, and then you're going to go over to this point, and you're going to make an arc here. You're going to have intersecting arcs. You're going to connect your vertex with a straight edge, and you will have bisected your angle. So those are the basics, just to help you get familiar and comfortable with bisecting and creating perpendicular bisectors, duplicating things, and that's all we're going to do today. So there are maybe some key ideas that you want to remember, things that you need to remember. For example, that the compass measures the radius of a circle, and that whenever we're going to try to make intersecting points or intersecting arcs, we want that radius to be the same from the 2 points. Often we do things from opposite ends, don't we? So go ahead and write your key idea here, write it on this form, and I will see you in class.